Hi, this is an update/backchat video for anyone who saw my last video about the scammy AI-made apps that you might be seeing advertised on social media. Do not buy the history apps you're seeing advertised on Facebook and Instagram. First, the update. This is a very, very important update, guys. I found Teddy REECH, the mysterious bald guy with the glasses who appears on all these different history app ads. Who is Teddy REECH? And he said yes to an interview.
Hi, Kirsten. You have found Teddy REECH. I'd love to talk about my experience creating content for these grishtas.
Now, I should say, I didn't actually track him down myself. I had some help from highly skilled internet sleuth and data journalist Kevin Newen, who tracked him down for me. And it turns out that Teddy REECH isn't a history guy at all. Excuse me, Kenny. He's a stand-up comedian from Alabama. So why would history apps be using him in their ads? Well, stay tuned to find out. I'm going to be talking to him on Friday this week, Australian time, and hopefully we'll be able to get his interview out by the middle of next week. And it sounds like he's got a story to tell.
I'm stoked to talk about the dark side of the content creation business, and these folks were definitely dark.
Intriguing. Second update, and this actually ties in with a bit of backchat as well. You might remember I noted in my video that I had reported EpicTok to Instagram as a scam/fraud after personally sacrificing my own credit card to be absolutely sure that it was. Well, that report seemed to do nothing. Instagram even continued putting ads for EpicTok into my feed, which brings me to this comment left by Devon.
Every single time I have tried to report an obvious scammy ad on Instagram, they come back to me weeks later with a "we checked, but the ad does not violate our terms of service" standard reply. I give up.
Now, it took Instagram days rather than weeks to get back to me, but when they did, it was still pretty disappointing. Here's what they said.
This account wasn't removed, but we still want to help.
I'm sure you do. But why wasn't that account removed? It's 100% a scam. We showed that.
We use technology to help prioritize reports for review. As our review team is focused on the most severe cases with potential for real-world harm, we're not able to review your report.
So on the one hand, I get it. The EpicTok scam isn't the worst thing on the internet as far as real-world harm goes. But on the other hand, this suggests that whatever technology Instagram is using to decide which reports it pays attention to obviously doesn't pick up any of the blatant scams that operate on its platform. So I think that's just something worth keeping in mind. What's that word again? Enshittification. Anyway, I realised that I can personally block EpicTok from appearing on my feed. I just think it kind of sucks that even after reporting it to Instagram, they're not going to stop it from showing up on everybody else's. And the final bit of backchat is your recommendations. So I ended that video with a request for anyone who had any suggestions for good history apps or content to leave them in the comments. And you guys delivered. So here are some of the ones that came up quite a few times. Crash Course, that's a YouTube channel. A few people recommended their history videos. We had a couple of podcast suggestions. The Rest is History was one of them, which Monash 1915 assured us is presented by two very alive British historians. The other podcast suggestion is called A Short History Of, and Triple SO promises it doesn't suck, not even a little bit. Growenwolf said, for a good history learning app, I recommend the Great Courses Plus. Leah said Brilliant is a real good educational app. I can back her up on that. I have actually tried Brilliant before and I quite liked it. And Chris Love Cats, who doesn't love cats, suggested an app made by the Australian Electoral Commission called Democracy, which teaches kids or anyone about our federal voting system and, importantly, was created and developed by real humans. So thanks to everyone for all of those recommendations. And that's it for now. Stay tuned for that interview with Teddy REECH. It'll come out next week sometime. And I'm also hoping to get back to doing some good old-fashioned reviews pretty soon. That's my core mission at this channel, but I just keep getting distracted by these side quests. Cheers.